Hey everybody, it is Sunday afternoon, so that means it's Scraplift Crafternoon time. You know it's my favourite time of the week. Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and we are playing along with a happy birthday rendition for Ronna. And that's the layout we're lifting today, and you just got a sneak peek of mine. And don't you love it when you get the perfect paper for your photos? So I am going to cut out my frame. As you know, I always start with a frame, so that's just what we're doing here. This time, however, I'm only doing it as a 1/2 inch frame instead of normally a 1 inch because I want to use that beautiful colour for the tearing underneath. Now look at this paper, isn't it magic? And these are for my Lion King photos. That's right. I saw this paper. It is from Scrapbook Coach, and as soon as I saw it, I knew this was the one for this layout. Now, Ronna, happy birthday, my darling. I hope you have a wonderful one and you are spoilt by your family. And this layout you've provided for us is amazing, and I love it in the end when it all comes together. Now, Ronna is a great sewer. She always sews on her layouts, and her always is interesting to watch her process. So I am going to hand sew. That is correct. What I've done there, I have torn my paper diagonally, and I've kept that lion head, which unfortunately does get covered up. Can't help that, but the little red one to the left stays. I'm inking up the edges using the rusty hinge here, and that's giving a distress edge when lifting it up off that framing. So I like my frames. I just think they finish off my layouts. I know some people don't have frames, but I love to have a good frame on my layouts. So I'm just going to add in those torn pieces that I added in like Ronna had on hers, and I'm inking up the edges. And I must admit, this one here is a Scrapbook Fantasies from their new Safari range, and it is in that sheeny color paper. I forget what they call, and it's a little bit different to the Scrapbook Coach, which uses a matte finish. So the contrast is texture, and I love it. Look at that. Doesn't that paper look a magic? And doesn't it look like the Lion King, like Mufasa to the side? I love it. So I am just tucking in the tape underneath to make sure that it sits nice and flat. And now I can get our photos ready. Now these photos were taken outside when we arrived at the theatre with all the signs. We got there early enough and we're fortunate enough to able to get street ones without cars and pedestrians in them. Look at that. It's amazing. Straight across from the theatre. And it was amazing that we were able to get that shot. That one my daughter took of myself showing the whole theatre front, and I'm actually against the rails there. They're the safety rails that keep the public safe when the theatre fills up. And we have been waiting all year to go and see Lion King. This is my daughter's present to herself for her birthday, and we went to see it on the week before her birthday, I believe, and we had box seats. We were in the royal box seat, which was amazing. It was a very special treat and something very special for her, something she will never forget, I don't think. I had wanted to see it last time it was in Sydney, but I didn't get to it, but I am so, so thrilled that we were able to go and see it this time, and she just loved it. So I'm including my 4 photos. Now my photos are bigger than Ronna's, so this is where my 70-30 rule comes into play, and I am 70% the same as Ronna's and 30% creatively mine, and that is one aspect where I'm creatively mine. My photos are bigger. They will sit there on the page just there like that. Look at that. You can just see the little Mufasa to the left, and then you can see the giant one to the right. Now I am being true to Ronna, and I am going to stitch mine with a lazy running stitch around the edge, and I'm using my stitch guide here from MK at her Some Assemblage Required shop. Seriously, great stitching guides. Love it. And it allows you to get those holes in properly. So I'm using the big crosses, and I'm going to the opposite hole so that I get that even spacing right across, and I'm using the cross itself to actually guide where the hole is going to go on the layout. Now I may need an extra stitch there, but I'm not going to do it just yet until I get to the stitching itself with the needle. All right, I will put the details down below for that ruler. You really do want to go and get one if you stitcher and you want to put some hand sewing to your layouts. All right, I'm getting old and blind. I have to use a needle threader these days. I never used to before. I used to be able to just needle thread because I used to be a cross stitcher. Yep, nope, eyes aren't as good as they used to be, so out comes that needle threader. I'm just going to attach the thread to the back. I'm using 6 strands of the DCM, and I am just going to run a lazy stitch around the outside like Ronna has on hers, so I'm keeping true to her layout that way as well. I love how this, gives it a rustic feel, and it's very much tying in to the feel of the layout, but it also helps to keep that edge to the border. Look at that. Isn't that great? Instead of faux stitching this time, I've done real stitching. All right, now I can put my photos down and we can start the embellishments to the right-hand side. And that I want to keep Mufasa, or the lion, very clear as much as I can. And look at that paper. I really do like it. Like, the difference in mine is that I kept one paper and I just added that strip underneath. I should have probably done a double layer of pattern paper in my torn pieces, but I just wanted to keep true with the lion on it. Ronna's got different papers on hers and it looks amazing. I am just using the Rusty Hinge ink here to ink up my chipboard, and I've just coloured it up so that it matches the colours in the photos, and that's that Rusty Hinge, as I said. I'm going to use a frame here as a landing point for the cluster, and of course you have to have Rafiki whenever you're doing Lion King. And Scrapbook Fantasies have just put out these new cuttables, the fussy cuttables. They are from their On Safari range, and they are perfect. Their lion looks like Mufasa. There's all those safari prints, and of course they had a Rafiki, and you can't, oh no, not Rafiki, it's Zazu, sorry. Zazu's the bird, Rafiki's the monkey. So Zazu, and I had to put Zazu in because, it's not Lion King without Zazu telling Simba and Mufasa what to do. So there I have layered it up. I went off screen and put it into place. I really wanted Mufasa to the side to come through. So I left it and I built it more onto the photo. That was dead space. That wasn't part of the overall appeal of the photo. But it's just a landing base with that frame there, and that's helped. Now I'm fussing around with this flower, and I in the end decide not to add it. It's not needed. I'm going to add in some splatters. So I'm using my Rusty Hinge here. I'm adding water to it because it is distress ink. It will react, which is great, and it will allow me to get some splatters happening. So I'm just going to put it in the water. And I like my marble glass board because this allows me to just do it all in one spot. So adding up my fan brush, just adding a bit of water, making sure that it's nice and fluid so I can get those speckles happening across the page. This is just that artistic flair to draw some more attention to the layout. This is where I'm having my 30% creativity. Ronna doesn't have splatters on hers, but I am on mine, and I do like how it's just coming together. Now, that's just as much as I'm adding in there. And I'm going to take it to the side because I have this water color paper, and I was watching MK the other day, and how she just doesn't waste anything on her board, and Tara does it too, I think, where they just soak it up and start building backgrounds. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this one to the side for a while. Anytime I'm using mixed media like this again and I've got leftover, I'm going to just soak it up and build a background. And who knows, it'll either be background for a card, or background for a layout, or it could even be for die cuts, but who knows. I'm just going to not waste what I'm using. I'm adding in my Nouveau drops as I always do. You know I love Nouveau drops. Putting in my 3 strategic points. Now I have 2 points in the cluster here, and I need a third over to the side to create a triangle, and I'm just going to put it down here in the corner, just where the lion's mane is separated and the corner of the photo meets, and that is a subtle visual triangle without drawing too much attention to it, but your eye can now roam nice and easily around that layout. And as you can see here, it is very equally balanced, and I love, love, love that the that lion is on that print of the paper. So there's my photos up close. You can see that stitching. Look at that cluster. Isn't it just beautiful? Happy birthday 2026 for my daughter. This is a memory page for her. I do love how this turned out. Those splatters are subtle, and you know, the hint of the lion throughout just really, really carries through the theme of the layout. So that's my lift of Ronna's today. There is a full playlist link down below. Tara does a great job bringing us together every single week. We have 10 of us in the crew if everybody's playing, and I'm pretty sure that we will be, because we like to honour each other. And as I said, Ronna is very talented. All her deets will be down below. Go and check her out. Make sure you check out everyone on the playlist. Leave them some love. Give us all a thumbs up. You know, YouTube love it when you interact with us. And me personally, I'd love for you to subscribe right now. Do it if you're new, and it will help me reach my 1,000. And also, if you don't want to miss another Scraplift Crafternoon, that's the way to do it. Here's my next video for you, and I hope you're going to watch it real soon. And I'll see you there in the next, well, who knows, click of your finger.